What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Madrasi, and today we're going to be making a hard bounce track. For those of you who don't know, hard bounce is an offshoot of hard house. It kind of popped off. It's kind of a milder, a less goofy version of donk, I would say. Whereas when I say goofy, I mean like donk really leans into the silliness of its genre. Hard bounce is more of a playful, fun alternative to the more serious, groovy house and techno of like the 90s, early 2000s. There are a couple of great examples of hard bounce music. I'll see if I can list it in the comments, or maybe make a playlist of music I've been listening to and really enjoying. But basically, the reason I want to make a hard bounce track is because I've got an idea in my mind, and I know a couple of DJs who'd love to play something like this. So to start with, I'm gonna just put down the melody just so I don't forget it. So it goes bow, 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 bow. Okay. Okay. Now that we've got this pattern laid down, we're going to actually make the sound. For this one, I want it to be kind of like a really dark, almost Hoover-y kind of sound. So I'm going to drop this down by 2 octaves. There you go. I'll cut out the low end in a little bit, but for now, you want something a little more spectral on top. And then I'm going to LFO the wavetable position so it kind of evolves the sound as it goes. Maybe bring it down 1 because I don't want it to be that high. Nice. Maybe I'll bring it down 1 more, see what it sounds like. That does sound much nicer. Turn up the resonance a little bit. Very nice. I'm going to add a teensy bit of distortion to this. Again, as something that kind of climbs as the sound evolves. So I'm going to add another LFO to the drive and overall mix of the distortion and put it to 2 bars. To this we add a bit of a reverb, very little. I want the mix to be really small. And I think that's about it. I'm happy with the sound. I could potentially increase the cutoff like that, but I'll save that for later. For the other one, I just want like a really quick and easy like rave stab. So I'm not gonna use Serum for this. I'm just gonna pull in a sample from Splice. I think this would be, I can kind of see this as like a pre-drop. And to this, actually, what I can do is add a Hoover. Let me see here. Hoover, like the dam. Silent has a great stock Hoover plugin. I'm just gonna pull that in. Where is it? Should be Dominator. There you go. Hang on, I opened up Splice. Let's pull this up here. Minimize here. Okay. Sounds like. I don't want the reverb, so I'm gonna take that off. Take the release off. Bring the release down as well. You don't want that. That sounds great. But this is going to sound really loud. So there's not a lot of tonality to it because, as you can see, it's quite the pitch distribution, not distribution, the pitch decay is a bit higher. So when you partner both together, see what that sounds like. I am not a fan of that. Let's try something else. I actually don't mind that. I'm going to get rid of the reverb. That's better, actually. I'm going to get rid of the delay and the reverb on that one. And maybe just increase the attack slightly. And then within my sounds that I've downloaded, I know I have a stab somewhere here. That's a nice one. I don't mind that one. Let's do that for now. Whoop. Did I change the wrong one? No, okay. Technically this is like out of key, but it sounds nice. I'm gonna leave it in there. I want something like that. That's actually kind of sounds fucking sick. I'll use that one. That's a good one. So I'm just gonna put these two into one group just so it's easier to keep an eye on. This is in F, so I'm going to turn it down to C. I'm pretty sure it's -6. G sharp, A sharp, B. No, it's -5. Sorry. A sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C. Yeah, -5. Okay. So this will be 4 bars basically now. And then the last section here will be like a fill that brings it back into this. So technically it's like a 10-bar loop, but like this is a preamble to the drop. Cool. Put some drums in there. Let me get a kick. I know exactly the kick I'm looking for. I've got this really nice sharp kick that I've downloaded. Not you. That's the one. That's a really nice punchy kick, which is great for more club friendly sounds. I'm gonna do 2. Let's put that there. I guess it's good or bad depending on how you look at it. One of the nicest things about hard bounce is that the bass is usually really simple. You literally just have it on like the offbeat of each note. So I'm gonna just put this up to F because it's supposed to be technically F. And then if I just make this into a bass, honestly that's all we would need. Cool, that's a kick and bass, sorry. lead 2. Actually, what I can do, just for cleanliness, I'm going to take this silenth, put it into an instrument group here, so you can just name it lead 1. And turn that off. So you got lead 1, lead 2, so you go. This is F. This is also F, but I don't like how it sounds on. I just want to make sure you're the notes you're supposed to be. So you say F, F minus 5, B, C, D, E, E, D sharp, D, C sharp, C, that's a C, yeah. And then you are C. Let's keep it as it is for now. Hats. Percussion is really simple. You want a clap and a hat loop. So I do clap. It's good enough. That's a solid clap. Okay, I don't like that stab. I'm gonna take another stab at it. Alright, I'm gonna search for rave stab, see what shows up. That's a nice one. D sharp, minus 3. Shit, that's pretty solid. I'm happy with that. We've got percussion, we've got kicks, we've got a pre-drop, which is also nice. Now we're just gonna muck about with some colors. Obviously, lead 1, press the wrong button. Lead 1, lead 2 can have different colors. Kick bass has different colors, and percussion has different color. And then you just go what la la la, ooh la la. There you go. All we need now is a vocal. Some sort of silly billy. Ooh, hang on. What is this? Oh, it's a serum too. Let's check it out. Oh, I can actually make an arpeggio. I wouldn't mind making an arpeggio actually. Let's see if we can make a little arpeggio in a similar pattern, but that seems a bit too happy. Actually, you know what? Pull this back one. So I'm going to make this a little softer. A good way to make a sound soft is by making it into either a sine wave or a triangle wave, because triangle waves generally have a slower attack going in. And to this, we're going to make you a bit spectral as well. Let's try a racing mess. nice actually. And then you, add some delay, add some reverb. I do like this ARP. I feel like it would be a great way to create, like it doesn't necessarily go with the stabs, but it would be a great way to kind of go into the breakdown. All right, I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Um, if you're a big hard bounce fan, I've got a couple stuff. I've got a couple cool tracks coming your way. If you're not a big hard bounce fan, I've got other music as well. So hopefully you find something you like. I'll see you next time.